Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate this time today, and thank you so much for everyone who's attending here and traveling so far to be here. I do want to say before my opening remarks, since we're talking about the Endangered Species Act, I'm just wondering if my colleagues on the other side would put babies on the endangered species list. These babies were born in Washington, D.C., full term. I don't know, maybe that's a way we can save some children here in the United States. Mr. Chairman, I am appreciative of you holding this important hearing. For far too long, the Endangered Species Act has been weaponized by extremist environmentalists to obstruct common sense multiple use activities that they disagree with. Shamefully, some of these groups have also profited immensely from these slimy tactics. Some of these groups have also profited, for example, the Center for Biological Diversity made more than $10 million alone from suing and settling with the federal government and through other frivolous litigation. While well-intentioned, the ESA has been weaponized, and we need to restore some balance to this process, and that is exactly what the bills in today's hearing do. I'm thrilled to see my bill, H.R. 764, the Trust the Science Act, included in this hearing. In 2020, the Department of Interior and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Services delisted the gray wolf in the lower 48 United States through a process that included the best science and data available. At over 6,000 wolves at the time of the delisting and more than 7,000 wolves in the U.S. currently, the gray wolf is an Endangered Species Act success story, and it shouldn't languish on the endangered species list any longer, especially as such listings defies common sense and science. In 2021, environmental groups filed 3 separate cases in the Northern District of California challenging the rule under the Endangered Species Act and the Administrative Procedure Act. As a result, a federal district court judge in California with an agenda vacated the final rule back to the service, thereby restoring the ESA protections for the gray wolf across most of the United States. Congressman Tom Tiffany and I have introduced legislation along with nearly 24 of our colleagues to reissue the 2020 rule and fully delist gray wolves in the lower 48. Consistent with the best available science. H.R. 764 requires the Secretary of Interior to reissue the 2020 Department of Interior final rule that delists gray wolves in the lower 48 and ensures that the reinsurance of the final rule will not be subject to judicial review. Gray wolves are fully recovered and should remain delisted in the lower 48. Groups have supported the Trust the Science Act in the 117th Congress or the 118th Congress, include Alaska Farm Bureau Federation, Big Game Forever, Colorado Cattlemen's Association, Colorado Conservation Alliance, Colorado Farm Bureau, Colorado Livestock Association, Colorado Wool Growers Association, Freedom Works Hunter Nation, Idaho Farm Bureau Federation, Mid-States Wool Growers Association, Minnesota Farm Bureau, Minnesota Lamb and Wool Producers Association, Minnesota State Cattlemen's Association, National Rifle Association, New Mexico Cattle Growers Association, Rio Blanco County Commissioners, right in my district, Rio Blanco County Farm Bureau, Safari Club International, Sportsmen for Fish and Wildlife, Southwestern Colorado Livestock Association, Washington Farm Bureau, Washington State Hunter Heritage Council, Western Caucus, Wisconsin's Cattlemen's Association, and Wisconsin's Farm Bureau Federation. I have dozens of letters of support here with me today. And Mr. Chairman, without unanimous consent, I would like to submit these. With unanimous consent, I would like to submit these to the record.
Without objection, so ordered.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Gray wolves are fully recovered and should remain delisted in the lower 48 and should be managed by states who have proven more than capable at managing these thriving populations. See, on the right, we want to be good stewards of our land and the wildlife and our waters. We want to be a part of that managing process with wildlife, not have wildlife manage itself. Mr. Chairman, I yield. Thank you.